Heading into day 3, the final day of the 2022 Elite 11 finals, it's going to be a packed day for these quarterbacks. We don't have the 7-on-7 finals of the opening event like we've had sometimes in the past few years where they're on teams and they're competing for a 7-on-7 championship. But what we do have is a great group of service players coming in. So each quarterback will still get 15 minutes of 7-on-7 action. Big part of the evaluation on the finals day is this 7-on-7 opportunity. But also we have the Mega Target Challenge, which is putting the quarterbacks in a time situation, multiple targets, testing their accuracy.
Great.
Really harkens back to the historical competition we've done throughout the history of the Elite 11 finals. We love it, so a packed final day, day 3 coming in.
There you go.
7-on-7, Mega Target Challenge, and we're gonna look forward to see who emerges as the Elite 11 MVP. Heading into the final day of competition at the Elite 11 finals, the race for MVP was on. As we talked about it as a staff Saturday night coming out of the first 2 days, there were really 5 or 6 guys to us that had separated from the group and put themselves in strong consideration with a great final day to take home those MVP honors. Avery Johnson out of Kansas, we knew coming in he was one of the most athletic passers, if not the most athletic quarterback in this year's class. But his showing the first 2 days in quarterback drills, consistent accuracy from the pocket, really popped in the second half of his Pro Day challenge, vaulted himself into consideration there. Kenny Minchie taking home the title in the Pro Day and just really one of the most consistent passers all throughout the competition. Malachi Nelson, not a lot that Malachi can't do out of Los Alamitos. So good and so smooth, on point and accurate, and really soaking everything in the classroom sessions as well.
Great run.
Dante Moore out of Michigan. Every time it was competition time, Dante's light switched on and he competed with like no other quarterback in this year's group. And then Jackson Arnold, obviously one of the most consistent, if not the most consistent performer in everything we did. Drill work, competition, classroom, was so steady and one of the top guys in everything we did on and off the field as we went through the competition.
All right, so there's 2 rounds. So you go your first round. You'll come back. The rest of the 4 in your group will go, and then you'll come back up for the second round.
Final day, Elite 11 finals, Mega Target Challenge. Each quarterback will get 2 rounds. In the first round, there's stationary throws from the pockets. 4 different routes, they get 2 throws at each of those routes, and then there's a bonus round where the quarterback can pick 2 throws from whichever station they choose. Round 2 of the Mega Target Challenge, scoring increases. We've ratcheted up the difficulty. The quarterbacks now have to throw towards the targets. 2 throws still at each station, but now each throw is on the move. They've got pocket movement that's coming from Coach Whitfield, dodging a rusher, escaping to their left or right, and making a play on the move.
Here we go.
Jackson Arnold is gonna show us how it's done.
Scoring for the Elite 11 Target Challenge. You get the maximum number of points for a bullseye, straight through the middle of the target, but you still will get points for hitting the rim. Round 2, the scoring ratchets up in the Mega Target Challenge because the quarterbacks are throwing on the move. We love seeing this. The game of football, the pocket isn't always perfect, so the best quarterbacks can make plays not just from the pocket, but on the move. And then we add up the quarterback scores from round 1 and round 2 to crown the Elite 11 Mega Target Challenge champion.
Great.
Brock Glenn, not surprised he did well in the Mega Target Challenge. This dude is a gamer. He loves to compete. He loves to show off his arm. So especially on more of those intermediate and deep balls, you could see him just grinning. He was taking a drop, knowing he was going to get a chance to rip it and rip some fire on his throws. Really started off one of the first guys in the competition. A great first round.
Got it.
Ooh.
Brock Glenn is a guy that really shines when the light comes on, and he loves to compete.
Great round. Great round.
Jackson Smolik, what more can you say about Jackson? To no one's surprise, excelled in every format of our event, and it was again the case as we went through the Mega Target Challenge. Accurate from the pocket, hitting every target for the most part, hitting some bullseyes as well, which again, every time Jackson got in a competitive situation, it wasn't too big for him, and that's what we love to see from the small town guy from Iowa coming out and competing with the big boys in LA, and he excelled once again in the Elite 11 Mega Target Challenge.
All right, we're on to the movement. We're back up with Jackson Arnold.
Ooh, right away. Charge downhill. Charge. Straight. Charge. Straight. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Round 2 of the Elite 11 Mega Target Challenge is really where we separate the quote-unquote men from the boys. All these guys are great quarterbacks, and we see it at the regional level too. All these guys can make throws from the pocket.
Straight.
So when we start to move them around and get them off their platform is really where we separate the best from the best. And it's also the second round. There is a little bit of fatigue in this competition, so a lot of guys put up solid scores in the first round, but really the ones that excelled and got to the top of the scoring charts were the ones that pushed through it and really did their best in the second round of the Mega Target Challenge. Excellent scores with Brock Glenn and Jackson Smolik, and then Emery Williams finishing off the group. He's got such a great base and he's so comfortable when he's throwing. Not necessarily a runner, but a guy that can scramble and create space for himself, and he showed it in that competition and backed it up with 20 on the second half, one of the highest scores all day in the Mega Target Challenge, and coming out of Group 1 as the leader in the clubhouse with a total score of 47.
I'm ready to go, Coach. I'm ready. I'm ready. This way, this way.
Might be the busiest final day in Elite 11 finals history as we work through. We got the Elite 11 Mega Target Challenge going on Field 2, but we also have on Field 1 our 7-on-7 sessions, which we really put a lot of stock into this. We send every quarterback a playbook a couple weeks in advance of the event so they can study it. We teach it to them when they get to the finals, and the 7-on-7 is where they take that playbook and those concepts to the field. So we can see who performs in 7-on-7 and who took that playbook to the field at the highest level.
Good ball. Great ball.
One of the top performers in the 7-on-7, to no one's surprise, Chris Parson out of Ravenwood High School in Tennessee. He really took every advantage of this event and this opportunity and squeezed every minute he could with different coaches on adding things to his game. So to see him go out, take the 7-on-7, we knew he prepared to the highest level. And he took it to the field and really performed at the highest level as he went through the 7-on-7 today.
So good. That's why we just JJ, you're first.
Group 2, a lot of solid performances. JJ Cole has been really good throughout the duration of the Elite 11 finals and really turned a lot of heads from the media in attendance.
Nice shot.
Straight through.
Malachi Nelson, we all know what Malachi can do, and another strong showing from him in the competition.
Shot. Good run.
But really the guy that jumped out in Group 2 with the high score at the end of the session was Jaden Rashada,
Straight.
which was great to see. Jaden came in recently off his commitment to Miami. A lot of things going on in his life that really honestly prevented him from really preparing for this event like he liked to. So it was great to see him come out on the final day and really put his best foot forward in the Mega Target Challenge and show what he's capable of when he's on his
He
game.
got one up. Good run, Jaden.
Dante Moore out of Martin Luther King High School in Detroit, Michigan. We really saw his game come out in the 7-on-7. The dude is a gamer. When it's time to compete, he was ready to go, and an instant bond with his receivers. He really brought those guys into the huddle and got those guys going. So they played for him.
That's a great ball. Yes, sir! Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
When the light came on and it was time to go, Dante was there with those guys and creating an instant connection, and they performed for him accordingly. Really one of the top 7-on-7 sessions all day long. Dante lit it up, multiple touchdowns all over the field, going deep, completing the short passes, and really just showing that he's the guy when you go out and you're playing that game.
Hey, let's go. Hey, let's go.
Dante Moore is going to be one of the first quarterbacks in the Elite 11 finals that a coach wants to take out and lead his team.
Here we go.
Little pace, little tempo. There you go.
On the board.
That's the way we started off.
Get out. Through. Charge. Shot. Get up. Through. Heavy touch. Shot. Mark, look at him. Look at him.
Malachi Singleton coming into the Elite 11 finals. We all knew he was one of the best dual threat quarterbacks in the country. His game really pops when he's in the pads and he can run the football. How he was going to do here, throwing 100% of the time and all the drills we set up, was more of the question.
Let's go. That's 3 in a row.
But he's answered the bell at every call, and it did so again today, and especially in the second half when we moved him around. Throwing on the move, he was one of the best. A score of 25 in his second half. He can throw it with the best of them in shorts.
Good run.
With a total score of 46, ranking amongst the best all day long. Got a little surprise competitor in round 3 of the Elite 11 Mega Target Challenge. CJ Stroud decided to, put on some cleats and show the high school quarterbacks how it was done.
That's called that insurance.
Right? I think the high school guys were going through and competing with each other and feeling good about how they were competing and scoring, and all of a sudden CJ just came in and said, hey guys, you know, you guys are good, but you got some work to do to get to my level. CJ just put on a show. It was a clinic. He's added so much good weight to his lower half. And looking at him now and seeing how ready he is to go out and perform for Ohio State this year, it's night and day.
That's how you do that. Hey, got one more.
To show these high school guys the level you have to get to and keep working if you want to continue to grow and be one of those top guys in college in a couple years. The clinic that CJ put on today is just testament to the work that he's put in, but also a great barometer for those high school guys to say, man, I got to keep working because I'm nowhere close to what CJ Stroud is right now.
Walk on there, man.
I did not think I was going to get that one.
Oh, man. Well,
that was a crowd-pleasing 75.
Oh, glory to God, man.
Quick and easy. Man.
Jackson Arnold coming into the final day as one of the leaders in the MVP race. His 7-on-7 session, solid, steady Eddie like he's been all week. Really one of the top guys in every competition we've put forth. His statistics in the 7-on-7, his raw statistics might not necessarily show it. A couple of drops, but when you go back and look at the plays and look at the throws and look at the reads, he was really checking all the boxes and doing everything that the coaches asked him to. And then a couple bad breaks, one or two there, that made his stats look a lot better than they really were. But from the standpoint of how the coaches looked at what he did, applying the plays, going to the field and making the right throws, again, another great performance from Jackson Arnold. Kenny Minchie, coming off a win on Saturday night in the Pro Day College Challenge, came out like gangbusters in the first half of the Mega Target Challenge. To 37, by far the highest score of the high school competitors in the first half. So good from the pocket, and the same things we saw last night in the Pro Day Challenge. One of the most consistent, polished passers in this year's class, and really his stock has been up each day coming through the Elite 11 finals. Ricky Collins out of Louisiana. One of the most athletic and twitchy passers in this year's Elite 11 finals. In the Mega Target Challenge, he showcased really everything that he does best. And it was the second half, his score of 25, going through the movement portions, combining his twitchiness with his strong arm, and he really caught fire. Pushing all the way through, hitting a couple balls late. A great showing for Ricky again, putting it all together and showing why he really is one of the top upside quarterbacks and high ceiling prospects in this year's class with his combination of arm talent and athletic ability.
Oh, he nicked it to run.
Appreciate you guys competing all week. It was a lot of fun. You guys were a great group. Our champion for the 2022 Mega Target Challenge with a score of 53, Ricky Collins. Come on up.
Let's go, Ricky!
Really, I just had it on my mind all day just to come out and compete with these guys. I was really just having fun. No chip or nothing. I was just having fun, just out here balling. I knew if I just had fun and ball, I'd be me.
I think quarterback, what really will define you over the course of your careers, and hopefully you guys have long careers, is how you handle setback. And this year's 2022 Elite 11 MVP has had setbacks on and off the field. He's overcome them. He's never flinched. He showed it the last 3 days, and we're so proud to announce Jackson Arnold as our 2022 Elite 11 MVP. Great job. Super proud of you. Super proud of you.
It's awesome. You know, as a kid, I always watched these on YouTube. I started watching with Trevor Lawrence's group and Justin Fields and seeing them battle it out. And I'm just super thankful that I was able to actually get here and actually compete out here. So it means everything. You know, this quarterback group is extremely talented, and everyone here is going to be playing Power 5 ball and starting eventually. And because this group's that special, and I think it just means a lot that y'all recognize me as one of the best in this group.
Reflecting on the 2022 Elite 11 finals and this group of 20 quarterbacks we got to spend 3 days with, one, just can't say enough about the group of kids. They're under more stress and more scrutiny than any class of recruits coming through now with the institution and the opportunities that come with NIL. And to see them come out for 3 days and be in a group of 20 of their peers and just be able to do football was really rewarding on our side. And for them just to be able to be one of the guys. Excited to see this group as they move on to the next level. They're really the future of college football, and in 3 years we're going to see, most likely from this group, a Heisman Trophy winner and a couple first-round picks. And excited to see, who ends up being the cream of the crop from the class of 2022.
Let's go.